Hello everyone, welcome back to the How's It Going podcast, episode 16. I'm here, Owen and Liam. Who else would I be with? And yeah, today we're talking about schools and like school life and that, because yeah, we're not at school, so we might as well talk about it. So anyway, how have you guys been doing since we last recorded?
Pretty swell, not gonna lie.
You know what I mean? Money on the desk.
Been good.
I've been doing great.
Been a good week.
Been
a good week.
Classy gardening.
Ooh, gardening. What have you done? Have you like planted some mental plants or something?
Nah, we've had the fence out, so we've been raking away at some mud and leaves and bagging them all up. It's fun.
That sounds like an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah.
Mad.
So, cause we're talking about school life today, and I think this will be an interesting topic. So I'm gonna say, how do you think? I'm gonna bring this up first. How do you think the schools have responded to COVID-19?
Are you directing this out?
Who are you asking?
Liam. I want Liam's opinion
Me.
first.
Personally, it's just not going from every school. I think personally our school at the start was not as good as it should be, due to the fact of they've gone, here's a website, here's some resources, do it at your leisure. There's no completion date or anything like that. There's no deadlines. It's just sort of complete it as you will. It's not mandatory or anything like that. It was just like they didn't care at all. And then I think other schools, I know some other schools have been doing deadlines online face-to-face like this, like lessons and things like that, and they've got work to be completed. And I think this is personally just our school in general that's taken the time just to get where other people are at. Just we've been dragging everything.
Yeah, but you've got to also see that school are in the same position as us and don't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah, no one really has an idea of like, what's going on.
You can't knock them for that, because
I can't knock them for that. All they've done is
prepare for something like this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, at least they've been trying to point us in the right direction with given circumstances. We're not like we're not slating them, because we're kind of giving them praise, because at least they've done what they've had to do to help us.
Compared to when it first started in March to now.
Yeah.
I was reading, according to the news I was reading, half a school has been fired because the teachers and the headmaster complained the teachers weren't doing anything. They were just sat at home doing absolutely nothing, giving the kids no work, and so everyone got fired.
Well, that's
that's
why I'm thankful. That's why I'm thankful for our school, because not many people, when people get work in times like this when they're not at school, they'll just not do it. Well, most people won't do it.
Yeah,
but I'm thankful that they're at least trying to help us do it. They're trying to just give us work and say, look, just try do it at least.
Well, I don't know if it was just for our year that we're in now. We're year 10 moving into year 11, but we had to go into school for 2 days, which I genuinely think was beneficial.
I think it was, but
it's not like
hassle.
I'm saying it was a hassle. It was a bit like dead in some parts of it. It was dead in some parts of it.
Good.
For some parts it was, because at least they've given us work. But then again, if we say we can't do work at home, there's not really much point in giving us more work to add on top of the work we haven't done. If you know what I'm trying to say.
True. More work for you to not do.
Yeah, because they just give us. They're just giving us more and more work, even though we're not doing the work that we got in March. Some of us aren't anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think if you look at someone's homework records, like not records, but like different websites and stuff, it'll show them have like 30 non-completed tasks that were due like a year ago.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
But they can also, you can turn around and go, well, what's the point of doing all this stuff on Microsoft Teams, for example, is what we use for school.
And
then you get set all these tasks that are completely irrelevant. Well, not irrelevant, but
it's stuff that they say watch the video, but you've never had the actual like visual input from your teacher, and they have got.
Yeah,
I think
that's why
you do
I
this.
think there should be Zoom classes.
Yeah. at least Zoom classes, at least you've got face to face with teacher.
Yeah, but
But
what's wrong with doing a virtual lesson like this?
Nothing wrong with this.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet, because some schools have, which I don't understand.
Yeah, loads of schools have.
No, a lot
A
of
couple of schools in
are
our area have started doing that.
doing it.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
a matter of getting
our
it's
school.
a matter of getting kids on.
Yeah, true. Because some people, I don't know why they won't have it though. Because I've guaranteed everyone's got a phone in our year. If they haven't, then I don't know what's happening.
No,
But it's
some
just
people might not have phones. Some people might not want
just the
phones.
fact that they hadn't acted on this quicker. You know what I mean? Like they're just putting it off. If they started
Yeah,
on this
but you
quicker, I think
can't
more
knock
people
'em.
would have more work done.
Well, it's like how do you record all the work, and then what you're gonna do when you go in year 11 or the next year, and then sit. Are you gonna tell everyone off for not doing work? Well, they're just gonna turn around and say, "Well, you didn't help me."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
When we go back,
So you can't win.
the year coming, it's going to be a whole lot different and difficult for teachers, I think, personally, anyway, because people
well,
are going to have
that's
a lot of
if,
excuses of, Miss, you can't take my phone off me. It's coronavirus. I'm going to get a disease if you touch it.
Well, you know, because of exams and that, because some exams have been cancelled. I was going to say, do you think the exams should like knock off a few marks or like lower the
No, they
difficulty
should
of the
just. I
test?
think they should reevaluate it and go over how difficult they've made it, and just take in mind that we've been off so long.
What?
That
No, I think they should just give you like a head start. So say you get an English test of 80 marks, and then they go, right, here's 20 marks to start with, go, and then that you're still
Yeah.
doing it, you're just getting a head start
I think they should do that.
thing.
Mhm.
Or either that or they just shouldn't do them because it's not fair.
Yeah. Well,
I know that we'll be doing them. No one kid themselves. Like, don't get the wrong idea watching this. We're all still doing exams.
yeah, we've
Yeah,
got
that's
to,
that's if they
basically.
don't close schools again though.
Oh,
If they close schools again, they're not happening.
In my
'Cause then
opinion,
we're in the same position as the.
I don't care what
Americans,
anyone says
like-
about like you can do Microsoft Teams. Nah, it's impossible.
no,
Imagine doing your
I can only
GCSEs
work
on
in a
Microsoft
classroom.
Teams, I wouldn't dare.
You do
Only
now
fair.
doing a GCSE paper on your phone.
Yeah, you just cheat and then it'd be unfair.
Yeah.
Innit? Like
So
that's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why I don't agree with setting out work on your phone, because literally someone could literally get on another phone and look up the answers. So what's the
just go on
point?
your own phone. It's not hard to
What-
do searches, is it?
Do they just take it that everyone's going to do it seriously, especially in our year?
Yeah, and it's like when you have to do a 2-hour English exam, are you gonna sit there in silence and do it for 2 hours in your house?
Innit?
Mate, honestly, some parents would sit there with a stopwatch and looking at the timer and looking at your child like waiting for him to
Your
get the
parents
slap
just
number.
drag you downstairs to the kitchen table and say, "Do that in silence for 2 hours. No more Xbox for today."
Imagine. And then they're there like a bloody adjudicator or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Examinator.
Is
I
it-
don't know.
No, it's not examinator.
Examiner or
it's-
an adjudicator or something. I might
Yeah,
be
it's
wrong.
something like that.
I don't know what one of those words mean.
It's a right fancy word,
Yeah,
whatever
so-
it is.
That's like an examiner coming up to you at stopwatch like that. And you have to put your hand up. Mum.
Wait, the thing is, you don't even go, Mum, you just go, shh. Mom, shh.
Miss.
Right, that's it, you're disqualified. Rip the thing up and put it in the bin. Oh, it's
With,
weird, it's weird, because...
With all this, I think I've asked this in like an older episode, but do you think because of this is going to be more stress for students, like because of all the
Yeah.
exams being cancelled and stuff like that, if they're cancelled?
Yeah. Well,
No,
I'd say
why would
yeah,
there be more stress?
because
Liam, you explain
Then-
why.
I know
you think there is.
some kids, not me, but I know some kids like think they should get the allocated amount of work they should be able to in the run up to exams. And this sort of break of them not really getting the input from teachers and them not really doing as much work as they should could make some people think they've not done enough to prepare for the exams that are coming up and get themselves too
Well,
stressed.
I can kind of agree with you there, because what I think is I can think yes and no, because if people need to get high grades, then they're obviously going to be worried. 'Cause if they need to get high grades and they've missed out on like half a year of learning, then they're obviously going to start worrying. But then again, they're not really, because they just need to treat like exams as a normal test. They don't need to build themselves up as it to be the biggest thing in your life. It's just a normal
My
test.
English
Just think of
teacher
it like
told
that.
me
What was
SATs
it?
were the end of the world.
What was the question again?
Do you think there's going to be more stress because of the COVID-19 and like no work and no school?
No, well, why would there be if you've got no work? Then there's no pressure for you to have.
Yeah, but then some people would think they haven't done enough work to build up to it. They'll
Yeah,
then
that's
think
why
that
I
they're not
agree.
they're not
Or
physically
to get
yeah
their
they're not
predicted
physically
grade.
prepared, and they'll just start panicking and stressing and trying to do as much work as they can before you hit that, before you hit the
But you don't
exams.
just get that in that time. It's across your whole like year 9, 10, and 11 work in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
over how
um,
you've progressed in school and what they'd think you'd get.
Mm.
Basically, they give you all your target grades. Pretty much.
Mm.
Unless you did like mocks. If you did mocks, then you get what you were predicted in your
Yeah,
mocks.
they got the mocks.
If you didn't do mocks,
People in our school
so say
got
we
mocks.
never sit mocks when we go back. We'd probably all just get us target grades.
Oh no.
That's what I
That's not
think.
good for me.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, not good for me either. I want my target grade.
But, I don't think there'd be no. Look, it don't make sense. Like if you've got no work, then why would you have pressure?
Because
True.
you just, like I said, you just think that you haven't done enough. That there always is
Oh, then
something
you're
else
worried
to
about
do.
what the teachers think here.
No,
Yeah.
not just that. It's just
I
like
think-
you then
I
think,
think that.
if you hadn't done much work, you then think I haven't done enough work to prepare for my GCSEs. What if I failed because I haven't done the set amount of work we're usually required to do? What if this happens?
That's when you shouldn't. That's when you shouldn't put yourself in that position.
Yeah, you shouldn't work
Because for
yourself
me-
up.
For me,
To
you
be-
shouldn't sit there at 2 in the morning saying, "Oh my God, my GCSEs, I'm gonna fail." Because
Yeah, you
if
should
you
just.
have that mindset, you will.
Yeah, you just
You
need
should
to
just be
like
panicking.
calm down. You just need to calm down and just think
Yeah,
of
you
it
go
as a
in
normal
calm.
test.
Exactly. Like for me, I'm gonna get slated for saying this, but I don't revise.
I haven't much.
I don't revise for stuff.
I only revise for SATs, and that's because my mum forced me to. And I still got
I
pretty
don't
good
revise
grades.
at all. Bloody can't even remember last time I did any revision. But I just think, I go in my lesson, I'll sit, and for me, what works for me is I could just listen to a person tell me and remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
need to
that's
be
some
at
people's
home
technique, though,
doing
innit?
40 questions on my own.
I don't agree
Mm.
with
Do you know
that.
what I mean?
Well, one
When
thing
people
that
think
really does annoy
revising is
me-
like 50 questions, like you do like 50 questions on a maths paper, that's just I just won't do that. It won't
One
get
thing
in
that
my
does
head.
annoy me about doing assessments when the teacher sits and reads through the questions and you just like you're on a different question, you want him to shut up and you just sat there trying to think of something.
But I just think if you put the pressure on yourself remember all this information on a page, you're not gonna if you're in that mindset.
Yeah.
I just think you take you take a step back, look at it, and go right. And it also depends on your in situation. If you're doing an assessment point 1 at the beginning of year 8, you look at it, go right. It's a bloody assessment. It's not my be all and end all of my life. Obviously, you want to do well. I'm not saying don't do well. That's stupid. But you want to do well.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't make out as if your whole life's ruined if you don't pass a test in geography for year
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Topic assessment geography, you failed it. You failed life then.
You need to look at it and go and attempt it with a right mindset, and then you will, because you naturally remember stuff anyway, don't you, without even knowing.
Yeah. You know, kind of moving on from like the work side, do you think like bullying and stuff like that will go up when we go back to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
Because
How
everyone
do
will
you
like
think?
go away. You've got COVID. Get away from me.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's just someone
People
else's
be
excuse to
socially
pick on someone.
isolated.
Just
People
another one. It's
take it,
something.
Mick. Like
It's like
there's a
fuel
And then it could
situation.
also be like, if someone chooses to wear a face mask in school. People get
Oh,
Don't
banned.
dare
yeah.
wear a face mask.
You can't
and all
ban 'em.
that.
You can't ban a face mask, can you? Because
No.
it's your right to wear one because you're protecting yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Like People can't just say you can't wear that because it's for your own safety, innit? If you wanna wear one, then it's up to you. Like it's
Yeah,
no one else's
I went to
opinion on it.
I went to town today and I bought a couple of DVDs and I had to wear a face mask all the way through.
You gotta wear a
Lift
face
and all
mask
that.
mandatory on like the 24th, innit? Is it 24th?
24th, yeah. 24th.
Wow.
Whenever this video gets released, I think it'll be about tomorrow. So yeah, next week. Or the week run. No, the week running
the
up.
19th today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow from this
The week
day.
running up. Because if the video gets released tomorrow, it's a Monday, so it's the week running up to this Friday.
Is it? Jesus.
Yeah.
As confusing as it sounds.
Just think about that. We're
Yeah,
basically
that's not
halfway
bad,
through
'cause-
the year already, and we've spent
Yeah.
most of that indoors. Jesus.
Well, yeah, we only spent 3 months because we went in a lockdown in March. So 3 months of it were doing what you want, and then it all just stopped.
And now we've got
It's not
6
come
week
back.
holidays. We're on our 6 week
I've got a
holidays.
question.
Well, the
I
teacher
got a
told us
question.
we're not
Go on.
required to do any work.
I've got a question. Would you want to go back to school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Because people are going to say no. I think yes, because I can't learn from home. And that sounds a bit weird, but I have to be in a learning environment to actually learn something. That's why when people send like revision guides to you, I just don't, because I can't concentrate. But when you're in a lesson, there's not really a lot that you
It's
can
different,
take
innit?
your
You're in that
concentration off.
mindset. It's like
Yeah,
I was saying to
'cause
my
you're not a
mum-
teacher.
I was saying to my mum the other day, I said, kids these days have had it built into them that when you're at home, and when you're at school, you're at school. When you go to school, you do work. When you come home, you do what you want. And then when that's flipped, when that's changed, it's like you can't do it. Like for me, I physically cannot sit and do more than an hour's work. I can't do it.
No, I
I can't
can't.
focus. I feel like, what am I doing?
I'd lose concentration way too easily. What about you, Liam?
Yeah,
Would
just
you
sit
like to
there
go
and
back
go,
to
what am I
school?
doing?
Yes and no. I'd say now, yeah, I'd love to go to school, but I reckon in about a week of me going, you'd revert back to your old selves of going, oh, I've got school tomorrow, sort of thing.
Well, that's just a
It's
typical
nice for a change of
teenager, innit?
scenery. It's nice for a change of scenery of like you being at home all the time. It's
True.
like it's
Yeah, but
nice to
then-
get up
Then it's when
a bit earlier than normal to then
Yeah, but the thing is
go
that when you go
somewhere
back to
different.
school, you've got a schedule for your day, because when we're in lockdown, you just do what you want. But like when we go
struggling
back to
with things to
school,
do.
you've got a routine. You know what I
You're
mean?
struggling
Like
for things to
so
do,
you've
like-
got something to do.
But then it's also like when you do go back, and then it's all the bloody stuff with social distancing.
That's going to be
It's
quite
like,
annoying.
is it any point? That's going to be an annoying bit. Is when you've all got to social distance, because if this is still happening in September, imagine trying to social
we don't
distance.
know
How are you
yet.
supposed to do lessons?
Exactly.
Well,
I don't know.
Fif-
I don't think
Like
all of
10,
them would be
15
social
kids in a class
distancing,
when it's meant to be 30.
personally, because
Yeah,
at
and then you
lunch,
alternate
what are you
for
gonna do in
different
lunch? Just
subjects.
sit at a table by yourself,
Lunch
2
and
meters
break.
away eating your dinner.
Innit, lunch and
Have
break
you
at
heard
our
about
school is going to be
dropping optional
hectic with
subjects?
social distance.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think they're dropping them now. They're on about it. It was like a thought, and then it just went out the window. We got overruled, I think.
Nah, they're still deciding whether to do it. It depends whether it's still requiring social distancing, because if social distancing is still in place, you can't move around to get your your subject specific teachers, can you?
Imagine me doing drama,
True.
social distance.
Jeez.
That's impossible.
Stage combat
That's
social
impossible. How are you
distancing.
supposed to do drama in social distancing?
Mm.
It's like with our school production, like you can't do that social distancing.
Oh no,
fall off the
that's
stage.
gutted, that I were well upset
I were
when that
getting,
got
I were kind of
cancelled.
looking forward to it because I didn't like it at first.
Mm.
I were gutted when that were cancelled.
I think we all were, honestly. It's the fact that we were a week away from doing it, and then
And it was
Innit?
so
cancelled.
Not even a
close,
week.
and then
Not even a week. It was.
Yeah, not even a week.
it were like,
It was the Friday. It was the Wednesday, and then the show was on the Monday.
I swear we had like a rehearsal after school like a couple of days before. I bought new
Had a
shoes for
rehearsal.
that.
It was
We already done the rehearsal after school.
next day, and they cancelled it.
Yeah. So the next day, and then you
Cancelled
gone
it.
in the because I was off, and then you gone in a day
Oh,
later
yeah.
and sat for a meeting of them saying it was going to be
Yeah, I
cancelled.
remember that. Were awful.
Well, they didn't say it was going to
Yeah,
be
I felt
cancelled. They just said it
well
was going to be
bad.
postponed,
I felt
but everyone
well
knew it
bad
was going to be
for
cancelled.
teachers.
What
I felt
postponed
well
to
bad for
the
teachers.
7th of July or whatever it was.
Summit in
Okay.
July, and then everyone
Yeah.
just kind of said, yeah, it's cancelled. Like, there's just
Yeah,
no
it's
way of
gone.
putting it.
Oh, it would have been this week.
No,
Oh,
it
oh
wouldn't.
dear.
It was the 4th
Yeah,
of
it
July.
would. Yeah, it would. It was
Wednesday the
last
4th of
week.
July.
I thought
I
they
think it
changed
was, to be
to
fair.
12th.
No, it got changed to the 4th of July because then Miss were going, oh yeah, we're going to do it on the 4th of July, and then we all knew that was not going to happen anyway.
Oh, that's gutting. That's bad, that.
Yeah, we've all worked so hard.
I just hope it goes. I hope school figures something, because I can't
What'll
do it
happen-
with
what'll
the
happen is,
absolute joke that it is. It's no one's fault. It's just a mess, innit?
What'll
It's
happen,
just
we'll go
come
back.
as a bit of a shock, all this.
We'll go back and it'll be the people who have gone, their roles will be recast into people they already know and moved up and down like Lou did last year when Owen dropped out and then Luke got given his part. So
Let's
I
go.
think it
Oh,
will, some
Legally
will
blonde.
happen like that. Some of us might get different parts. If we have quite low down parts like Luke, you might get upgraded.
I don't
someone
I ain't really
else.
been thinking about that, if I'm honest.
Some
I'm not
people
just
might
on
get
about.
ramped up
I'm not
and then
just on
we might do it
about
again.
I'm not just on about the production. I'm on about school in general.
Mm.
Like, I don't, and it's for any school, because I can imagine a lot of people are absolutely sick of having to mess about with schoolwork.
Yeah, true.
It's not
Well,
on. It's not,
The teachers and the like head teachers and that, they've got such a big responsibility now. Even before this, they've got the
I
biggest
just think there
responsibility
needs to
to
be
get the
more-
students to learn.
The teachers need to make more of a connection and relationship with the students.
Yeah, because I had
You
a
know what I mean?
mentor who were going to be doing weekly checkups, and I hadn't heard from him in about 3 weeks.
Oh no, I
I
messaged
spoke to her
my
for God knows
my
how long.
mentor, asking to get hold of my maths teacher, and that still hasn't got back to me. So okay, that was about 2 weeks ago.
That's
My history
that's
teacher get back
ridiculous.
to me more than my actual mentor.
Yeah, if I message my history teacher or my English teacher, will get back to me in about an hour.
Innit? I'll
Yeah, that's a
text.
joke though, because that's
I
when
text at like
school,
12.
that's when all schools should be saying to the staff, look, you're still a teacher, you still got kids, checking your email.
You still got
And
kids.
I'm
You still
sure-
got kids to look after.
I know they are. I'm not. This is just a small minority of teachers. I'm not saying it's all of them, because a lot of the teachers at our school are really good.
Oh
I
yeah,
respect them
Yeah.
all so much. It's just you have the minority that just seem to not care, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if there's any teachers watching this from our school, yeah, you're all legends. No, you all actually are.
Like,
and
just
I hope-
keep up doing what you're doing, and hopefully this will all
keep what you're
get
doing,
better.
because you're like the teachers that teach me. I think they're all legends, most of them.
oh
Yeah.
all of them
I
for me.
respect them all so much, and you know what I mean.
I think we're
Right.
I think we're heading towards
Me and-
the end. Is there anything you want
Me and
to?
Owen have the same English teacher. Is it?
Is there anything you guys want to say?
No. No,
Just
no.
like
Well,
if you are watching this, like if you've made it to the end, whatever it is, genuinely, if you think your teachers haven't been trying, I guarantee they have.
Yeah,
Just
we
you might
guarantee
not
they
see
have.
it, but the amount of I know my mum's a teacher technically, and the amount of behind the scenes work they have to do, honestly, it's unreal, and you should appreciate the effort that your teacher or teachers will be putting in for you to try and get your grades
yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah, even though you're not at school, they do
Okay.
care. Like,
Mm.
they do care.
This, you may not think like, oh yeah, my teacher's not doing anything, when in fact the amount of marking and reports and
Yeah, true.
presentations the plant they send out to you and things like that, it's just. So I
Yeah,
know some
my
teachers-
sister has got a job at a school, and she's got to do loads of work. Like, she's got to plan every presentation for the day. She's got to plan presentations for future. She's got to put the students 2 meters apart in the class. She's got to do all this work, and she's only just got it like a month ago.
It's
Crazy. I couldn't even imagine. I
you
couldn't
think
even imagine being a teacher. I bet it's awful.
you think going to
But
like
it's
a
awful
lesson,
being
Especially
school,
during
yeah.
these times, though.
You think going to a lesson in school, right? It'd take about an hour per presentation for a teacher to make and put together and get all the information and all that. You think how many presentations you go and sit and watch through a day in each lesson, and then span that up to a week to then a month, and then you realise how many presentations and how much time and hours your teacher spends on creating such just stuff to help you.
Don't they say right quick? Sorry. Don't they say something like they spend $2,000 on a kid a term? Something like that. They spend like.
I don't know.
They say
I ain't heard
there's a
anyone say
number. There's the money that's spent to every child in a school out of like the budget. You know what I mean? I know it might
School's
not be called the
budget,
budget, but I swear it's like $2,000 per kid. I might be wrong
Jeez.
though.
Well, yeah, they got to buy all equipment from as well.
All equipment, all facilities. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, you've
might
got
be
all
wrong,
the
though.
what do you call it? We're still doing the like computers and the school books get given every year, pencils, pens. But now I went in, they were like giving us highlighters and rulers and pencils and stationery, telling us to keep them. So
Well, yeah, because that's because they care about you.
yeah, because
they want
you
you to
you walk
learn.
away from school fully stocked with your equipment for next year.
And then the next day you don't bring any of it in because you leave it at home.
Or is it all after home?
So, rounding off this, absolutely, I think this was one of the best podcasts we've done for a bit. I kind of enjoyed it, not gonna lie. And we all got to have a little bit of a debate. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want. You know, we're not forcing you, like we said in the last one. If you can't that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you later.